Hey guys, welcome back to part 2 of me trying to beat Hardcore Calamity on Revengeance mode. If you haven't seen part 1, I recommend you go watch that and then come back here, but you don't need to watch it to understand what's happening in this one, so do what you will. I've been playing for about 60 hours now, and have still been building bases. You'll understand what I mean by still soon enough. But this base took me about 30 minutes to make it, and it was the first thing I did in this world to try and get a secure foundation before I moved on and explored the caves. I wanted to make sure that when I teleported home, I would have a safe place to run and to hide to heal up. And of course, I wanted more NPCs to move in when I went to explore. I also spent a good amount of time digging out this bottom area because I wanted to make an underground outside area just for like aesthetic. I was gonna put a glass wall in the background, little pond and stuff, because I was just feeling buildery, like a master builder from a fucking Lego movie. But none of it mattered because as soon as I entered the caves, I broke some silt and killed myself. I even built the wall up so I couldn't escape my own death. Then I built another base, and the guide kindly decided to let some guests in and kill me. So I promptly let out my rage by naming myself and my world the Guide Hater and No More Guides, because I was just really steaming. Unfortunately, the Guide Hater was not able to last very long because, as always, as soon as I went underground, this piranha killed me. But after that, I decided to download this mod that lets you spawn with a base because I'm always able to build the base. That's never the problem. I can always, the first hour of my run, I can always build this nice base for my NPCs, but as soon as I leave it, I die to a boulder in a cave. So I just got so tired of building a base over and over just to die that I just downloaded this mod that lets me automatically have a base. So I don't have to waste 30 minutes of my life basically every time I want to start a new run. I also saw a piggy and decided to destroy him just as I've been destroyed to get some good and juicy bacon. The bacon it drops gives you the very full or like the stuffed debuff, something like that. I know it says something about being full, and what it does is it increases all your stats a pretty good amount. I don't know the exact percentage, but it does it for about 30 minutes. It's like the maximum amount eating can buff you. So I am not sorry, Piggy. He does have a cute face, though. After dying to this jellyfish, guess what? The instant I went into the cave, yep, I fucking hate jellyfish. They're insane. They do so much damage. The green ones are the worst. They do so much damage. But I played without recording for a bit, and I beat the King Slime. And here's me beating it again on camera with the exact same gear I used, minus the King Slime Vanity headset, obviously. You'll notice that I'm using this weapon called the Nasty Kala, I don't know what it's called, but it's a rogue weapon you can craft from cactus, and in my opinion, one of the best weapons you can get early game, since it actually sticks onto surfaces and enemies, and then explodes and hurts enemies in the surrounding area. And you can get it right away, too. Just walk in the desert, get some cactus, instantly you have a 16 damage rogue weapon that explodes. And because I was feeling confident after beating King Slime, I was like, oh man, I might as well just move on in progression and kill the next boss, which is a big old worm called the Desert Scourge. And this boss is unique in that it spawns 2 mini bosses, called like Mini Scourge or Desert, worm. I don't remember, but it's like they're baby versions of the Desert Scourge. And I wasn't worried since I had crafted this weapon called the Frostbolt, which is a Calamity weapon that is like the Water Bolt, but it applies the Frostburn debuff when it hits. So I was feeling pretty good. While fighting these guys, my health kept getting whittled away more and more, but I was still feeling good since I had killed both of the mini Scourges, and I even got the main boss down to 50%. But unfortunately, I got destroyed, which is to be expected because of looking back. This is the first time I'm fighting it, and I didn't even buff up. I don't know why I didn't buff up. I didn't place down a bass statue, campfire, nothing. I just went in raw for some reason, which was just really stupid, but, you know, is what it is. I know it seems suspicious that every time I wasn't recording, I make insane progress, but you have to remember, I was just grinding out these lives one after another, and I didn't want to start recording just to die instantly because, you know, this is a 10-minute video, and I had spent about 30 hours, you know, just doing lives over and over and over. And I just didn't want to comb through 30 hours of footage, so a lot of the time I just wasn't recording, because I knew that I was just going to die really quick. But, so I had defeated the King Slime and the Desert Scourge, which I should have recorded me fighting the Desert Scourge after I decided to fight it. But I just didn't think of it, because I was like, what if I die? I didn't just want to get another shot of me dying again. So I just fought it, expecting to die. But I won. So then I start recording. And I summoned the Eye of Cthulhu. But this time I didn't die. And I beat the Eye of Cthulhu, which felt like a huge stepping stone. Not including also beating the Desert Scourge, but that didn't feel as big as the Eye of Cthulhu, you know. Another one of the vanilla bosses down. And of course, here's me fighting King Slime with my gear, not the same gear, better gear, and also the Desert Scourge, and winning to show you that I can beat them. Of course, I'm using better gear than I had originally used, because what I have now is what you get after beating the Desert Scourge, and then going into the underground desert, and then going even below that to a place called the Sunken Sea. And you'll fight this mini-boss called the Giant Clam, and he will drop stuff so you can create better armor, and also this weapon called the Immediate Trident. And it's a really great weapon. It shoots out homing whirlpools. You saw me using it against the Eye of Cthulhu as well. But after this boss rush, an acid rain started, and since it was near progression, I ran straight to it in an attempt to get my first event down. I was like, oh, hell yeah, let's do acid rain. And unfortunately, I'm an idiot, but as soon as I get there, there's this geyser spouting out steam, and I just kept running into it because I thought an enemy was hitting me or something, and I was looking for the enemy, and I just kept running into it over and over until I died, and that was pretty devastating. But that doesn't mean I'm gonna give up. I'm still gonna keep grinding out runs. That's gonna be the end of this episode, but I will be seeing you in the next one, part 3. Probably part 4, part 5, part 6. I don't know how long this is gonna take. A really, really long time.